What's up, everyone on the internet? Thank you for making this video part of the day. I'm so excited because I finally get to do my review for Marvel's brand new movie, the movie we've all been waiting for so long. I'm finally get to review Avengers Infinity War. Now, if I had to sum this whole movie up in just one word, I only have this to say: damn. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of what's going on in the movie, let me give you a little premise of what's happening in this movie. And just so you know, I will not be spoiling the movie at all. I'll just give you my overall thoughts, and I'll just give you a quick little premise of what's going on and my overall reactions to this movie. So the premise of the movie revolves around Thanos, who is this villain that has been teased throughout all the MCU movies, and his overall goal is to get all 6 Infinity Stones so that he can bring balance to the universe. And for him, the only way to bring balance to the universe is by wiping out half of life in all the universe. So why half? Why can't he just wipe out all the universe in general? Well, the reason for that is that in the movie, he explains that all life across the universe is exhausting its resources. And what I mean by that is that every planet with every life, every population is exhausting their planet's natural resources across the cosmos. And he believes that in order to preserve and practically rebuild the universe's natural beauty, he has to wipe out half of the population of all the planets on all the universe, so that way the universe can grow, and so that way also the population is equally balanced with the beauty of the universe. And that's what he believes, and that's what he wants to do with all 6 Infinity Stones. And as Gamora says in the trailer, if he gets a hold of all 6 Infinity Stones, he could do it with a snap of his fingers, just like that. Now, when you first hear his whole plan in general, you honestly think he's just a crazy guy because, I mean, who would want to kill half the universe? But when you watch the film and you watch everything that he's in, you begin to see his point of view, and you see all the things he's sacrificed, all the pain he's endured, all the things he's lost, and all the struggles he's faced just to get where he is now. And when you see the movie, you begin to see his point of view, and that's what makes a great villain, when you actually begin to believe what they're doing is right. And when you look at it from our perspective, I mean, we're almost in the same scenario actually, because in today's world, I mean, we're exhausting our Earth's natural resources, and we have to find a way to preserve it in order for us to survive. And when you look at Thanos, I mean, he's basically wants to do the same thing. He wants to preserve all life, but in order to do so, we have to wipe out half of it in order to preserve our resources, so that it can supply half of the population in an equal amount. Also, when you really think about it, even though the title says Avengers, this is really Thanos' movie, because every scene that he's in, it just takes your breath away, because everything he does, everything he says, everything he thinks is just incredible. And I think basically he is the heart, soul, and backbone of this movie. And just the fact that he can carry this movie all the way, this movie on his shoulders, is just insane. Because I mean, look, when you watch the first 5 minutes of the movie, it's crazy. You really see how much of a badass he is, and when you see what he can do, you're honestly just left in shock, because we're all rooting for the Avengers, but when you see what he can do in the first 5 minutes of the movie, we're like, holy crap, this is the guy we're gonna fight? This is crazy. This guy's doing all this stuff, and it's just insane. So honestly, this is more of Thanos' movie, and Marvel delivered on this movie, because by the end of the movie, when you're walking out of the theater, you're going to be left speechless because of how great of a villain Thanos was. And will be one of the MCU's greatest villains of all time. And he honestly stands side by side with Ian McKellen's Magneto and Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, seeing how those two characters can provide such a great depth of the villain is just incredible. I think Thanos will be remembered as one of Marvel's most famous villains. And one of the other things I liked about the movie was the different character combinations we got. I mean, who would have thought we would see Iron Man standing next to Doctor Strange and with Spider-Man, or we would see an unlikely group with Thor, Rocket Raccoon, and with Groot. I mean, it's just crazy how we got to see so many character combinations throughout the movie, and we got to see different groups of the Avengers and with the Guardians of the Galaxy all on their own separate mission throughout the movie. And it's just crazy how we got to see basically our favorite characters interact with other MCU characters that we've seen in other films. I mean, it's just crazy, and it's a lot to take in when you see your favorite superhero stand next from another superhero from a different super group, and it's just crazy, and it's just fun to see, like, also their dialogue with each other and how they also act with one another. Because when you see in the trailer, when you see Iron Man with Star-Lord, it's crazy that how you see basically like these two like alpha males I kind of like struggle like working together, because Iron Man is the leader of his side of the Avengers, while Star-Lord is the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And when you see them like interact with each other, it's pretty dang fun. It's also great to watch on screen. Now, though I liked the movie, there were some moments that did kind of bother me. And one of those things that kind of bothered me was how they dealt with the Black Order. Because when you see them for the first time, these are basically fierce warriors that serve under Thanos, and they are scary looking. I mean, these people will not mess around. And I like that how in the movie we got to get some great action scenes with members of the Black Order, with other members of the Avengers. And it's pretty dang cool. But I really wish that we would like to see more character depth in them, and seeing like how they know Thanos and how Thanos basically saved them, and how they basically see them as their father. Because when you watch the trailer, you see how he meets Gamora, and honestly, that scene plays out later on in the film, and it's pretty dang good. And I really wish that we would have seen more depth in them. And also, I feel like other characters were used kind of a little undermined. Basically, they were not used to their full potential. But then again, the movie has like basically 500 characters that we have to follow, and the movie is so fast paced, because once we're on this one scene, if we're in Wakanda, we're in Wakanda for basically 5 minutes, and we gotta go to another scene where Tony Stark is for another 5 minutes, and we gotta go for another scene where Star-Lord is for another 5 minutes. Then we gotta go to another scene for where Thor is for another 5 minutes. This movie's so packed and so fast that not everyone can get their own like depth moment. No one can have like, you know, character depth and character like more like development, or not development, more building up their character even more. And honestly, if I had to choose between whether I'd have more character depth with the Black Order and other characters, or have other characters be used more, or whether I have more character being used more with Thanos and have more depth with him. And honestly, I would choose Thanos, because, like I said earlier, this is his movie, and we gotta have him be practically the most. We gotta understand where he's coming from, and to do that, we gotta go more in depth with him. And I think most of the character moments really did go for Thanos, because honestly, without him, you don't have a good movie. And I had no problem with that. I just wish we could have handled this a little bit better. However, even though the movie's filled with so many characters, each individual character does get to have his or her moment on the big screen alone. And for me personally, I really like Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. And it's crazy how like they had great moments in the movie. And for other people, they may like the Guardians of the Galaxy, or they may like Captain America, or they may like Thor. And it's great because those characters do get to have moments on the screen alone. And it's nice to know how this movie was able to balance out and evenly give each individual character their moment to shine on the screen. I also want to point out that throughout the movie, like there were a lot of moments where that caught everyone off guard. There were a lot of surprises throughout the movie, and it's great because that puts you on the edge of your seat. Because as I was watching the movie, my mouth was hanging open throughout the entire time. I mean, a moth could have flown in my mouth and come right out, and I wouldn't even know. I mean, there were just so many moments where the audience literally gasped, and the audience were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this happened! Oh my God!" And everyone was left speechless. Everyone was practically walking out of the theater just like honestly satisfied and just breathtaking of what they've just seen. And it was pretty dang good. So this movie was, honestly, it kept you on the edge of your seat, and that's great. And that's great as an audience member because you were satisfied with the whole movie in general. So overall, I enjoyed the movie. I had a great time watching it, and I highly recommend you see it now. I mean, honestly, this movie should be seen as soon as possible, because for me, I'm not giving away any spoilers, but honestly, that doesn't mean everyone else is going to give away spoilers, so I highly recommend you go see it as soon as possible. And if you are going to see the movie, go see it with your friends and family, because this movie is practically meant for all audience members, because there are a lot of good fun moments, there are good romantic moments, there are good comedy moments, and there are good like emotional moments where basically you forget that this is a superhero movie, but it's so freaking good. And I recommend you go see it with your friends and family, because while you have your favorite superhero, other members of your family or other friends may have different superheroes, and you get to see all those superheroes you like get to form into one massive group and interact with each other. And it's just fun to watch. And honestly, this movie was really fun. I was very satisfied, and I also like how throughout the movie, everyone did have their moments. Everyone laughed. Everyone was at the edge of the seat. Everyone gasped. Everyone was clapping at moments. And everyone had a good time, so I highly recommend you go see it as soon as possible. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. That was my overall reaction review for Avengers Infinity War. And overall, I enjoyed it. I had a great time watching it. And my question to you is this a movie you plan on seeing anytime soon? And if you have seen the movie, what were your favorite parts about the movie alone? And if you have seen the movie already, please do not spoil in the comments below. And I'll see y'all next time with a brand new video. Bye.